Good morning. Let's see if anyone pops in at 11 o'clock today for a quick live stream. I haven't advertised it, spare of the moment, because I'm going to have a lot of time on my hands. Anybody there? Nobody there. I feel like I'm talking to the ghosts. Is there anybody there? Oh no. Yes. Anyone want to take a guess which one of us is having to isolate? Anyone want to take a guess? The lurgy has hit the house. We did our Sunday night tests, our regular family test night before work and school the next day, and one of the tests came back positive. Then another one was done and that came back positive, and we have all been on a family car trip to the test centre for PCR tests. Would you like to guess which one of us is currently carrying the lurgy? You've got a 1 in, I don't know, whatever it is. You've got 4 people to guess from. Tink, you already know the answer to this. Good morning. So who have we got? Bunny, Gamer Podge, hello. Nicola, hello. Julie, hello. Cara, hello. Anyone want to take a guess? 1 in 4. Yeah, that was what I was saying. Yeah, 1 in 4. Getting it right. Put your bets in. Come on. 11 people. Paul, good morning. You think it's me, do you, Bunny? Okay. Anyone else want to put in a guess as to which one of the wormy household is carrying the lurgy? It's all right, you can't get it over the screen. We can breathe on you. Anybody wish to take it? 13 people in. Wow, I wasn't expecting that many so quick. You're guessing it's me. Good morning, Paul. You all think it's me. That's interesting. Cara says, is it me or my son? Which son are you talking about, Cara? Brendan or Kenzie? I was going to say the big one or the little one, but in fairness, the oldest is the smaller out of the two, so. I'll let a few more people guess and then I'll tell you. Yeah, our evening last night, we're all sitting down ready to do our evening whatever. Lee and I were about to watch Once Upon a Time. It's Toothless. Oh, you found out. Okay, I'll tell you. It's not me. It's Kenzie. Yeah. I said to him yesterday while we were eating, you sound like you've got a bit of a cold coming. You'd have guessed it was me or Kenzie. No, it's me. No, it's not me. Sorry, it's Kenzie. So yeah, I said to him yesterday when we were eating our dinner, you sound a little bit snuffly. And he said, yeah, I think I've caught Brendan's cold. I was like, oh, okay. Didn't think too much of it because obviously Brendan had that cold. And so Tuesday we were isolated. Well, Brendan and I were isolating on Tuesday. I wasn't really isolating, but I couldn't work because I had to take him for the test. And obviously I can't have kids in the house if someone has symptoms until they get a negative test. So we were doing the same thing last Tuesday where I couldn't work and he couldn't go to work. Thankfully, his came back negative. No, I'm not allowed to open because obviously the kids come into this house. So I can't open. What was I saying? Yes, this is like a bit of a rerun of last week, except all of us have had to go for PCR tests because it's not symptoms. We've had 2 positive lateral flow tests from Kenzie, one after the other. He waited another half hour, didn't eat or drink, did the test again. It's very faint, but both tests are positive. So I'm under no doubt whatsoever that he does have it. But yeah, he was like, oh, I think we've got a bit of a cold coming from Brendan. And then after we got the positive test, obviously I was away with Tink at the weekend. So I wasn't aware that when Liam Kenzie had gone into town to look for some bits they were after. They'd stopped for lunch at Greg's, and that Kenzie said the burger, the meatball sauce in his sub had tasted weird, and he couldn't smell the coffee. So, putting all those things together, Saturday he was probably showing some signs of it. Obviously, I wasn't here to pick up on that, and I'm the one that picks up on these things. I'm the one that's like, you need to go for a test. Who else have we got in here? No, I'm not working. Last Wednesday, yes, it was because I took Brenda. Was it last Wednesday? I thought it was last. Oh, yeah, you're right. It was last Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah. Morning, Patrick. Good morning. Aviation fan runs to Pip and picks her up. You don't want to be anywhere near me right now, I can assure you. Yeah. I could be carrying the lurgy. How did Kenzie get a positive test? Well, we think he must have caught it from school. In fairness, he said to me last week that one of the kids on his school bus was self-isolating, and another kid, Evan, who I used to look after, had suspected he was waiting on the results for tests, which I think must be negative because we've seen Evan the last few days coming past the house and we've chatted to him. So if it was positive, he wouldn't be out and about. So I think he was only in school on Monday. Then he had his COVID vaccine, and he had, talk about bad timing, had his COVID vaccine on Monday and his flu thing on Monday. And so he was off Tuesday and Wednesday feeling really rubbish. And then he went back to school Thursday, and then he had an inset day on Friday. So he's only been in 2 days of last week, thankfully. So he hopefully hasn't infected too many people. Like I said, excuse me, him and Lee did go into town on Saturday, but they always wear masks in shops. So hopefully he's not infected too many people, I hope. We haven't seen family since our get together on Saturday last week, but obviously we did have Jasper overnight Monday night, and Jasper sleeps in their room. So we have said that Jasper should, it's over the 3 days, but we think Jasper should go for a test. But they're currently on holiday. They come back I don't know when they come back, but they're currently on holiday. But we have said we think he should go for a PCR test because he was a close contact. They were in the same bedroom together. He's all over the boys when he's here. And obviously he was asleep in our house for a sleepover. So yes, hoping we've not infected too many people. But we are waiting on the confirmed PCR test. But he's had 2 lateral flows that are positive. So we're positive, he's positive. Can't smell the coffee, would have rung alarm bells. Yes, well, in fairness, I made him go and smell coffee. That was after he'd got the test. So I said to him, I said, can you smell things? And he went, I don't know. And I said, go and smell coffee beans. And he came back and he said, no, I can't smell the coffee. Yes, it was Tuesday. Well done, Bunny. You know what I'm doing more than I do. Does that mean all Kenzie's school friends need to PCR now? No, because it all changed, Tink. See, this is the thing, and this is why now I think so many people are going to get it. Because the school doesn't need to do the whole self-isolation thing now. It all comes down to track and trace. Whereas before, the school would say, right, we've had this reported to the school, which I have done. I've followed the procedure and reported it to school, filling out their form. But you would then the school would contact all the children's close contacts. So whoever they sit near in class, even though they have one person, they have a gap between each person. So they're not sat right next to each other. They're still social distancing in school, and they still wear masks in corridors and stuff like that. But they would contact their close contacts, and they would then have to self-isolate and get a PCR test. But since the new regulations came in, now you're recommended to get a PCR test if you're a close contact, and you should contact the school would now track and trace contact, which means they're not, I guess, they're not knowing who he's sat next to in class or anything. I'm not sure how that's going to work with schools. I mean, I think they're just thinking it's going to just go through the schools, which is why they've given them vaccines, I guess, to reduce it. But yeah, we didn't quite make it through the vaccine process, did we? He got it less than a week after being vaccinated, or possibly had had contact with it beforehand. He did contact one of his friends. He did message one of his friends who is quite tactile with him, pokes him a lot, taps him on the back a lot. Even though they don't sit together, he comes near Kenzie quite a bit, and taps him, and gets quite close to him. So he said he's messaged him and said, you might want to get yourself a PCR test. So whether or not that lad then actually transfers that over to his parents and they do something, I don't know. But I don't know them to contact them myself. I did say to him, is there anyone, any of your friends that I know the parents of that I need to contact? And he said, no, I've not been that close to anybody. So, but he will have been on the school bus. Right, where have we got to? I'm sure I've had a lot more messages. So that will result in the entire school closing the doors. No, it will not. Nope. Not anymore. He probably got it in the vaccination centre. Well, this is what I said. They came into school to do all the vaccinations, and they had things like staggered lunches and stuff, which means they sterilise or clean the place thoroughly, and classrooms between uses. But they wouldn't have done that with the vaccines. They would have had the place where they were giving the vaccines, the hall or the room that they were giving the vaccines, and tutor groups would have gone in there one after another. They wouldn't have cleaned between each one because they wouldn't have had time to do that. So it's entirely possible he was in a room. They would have had it well ventilated, but that he could have walked into a room or been stood near somebody who had it in that vaccination bit. I think it was probably the school bus. I don't know. I think that's the most likely place because it's enclosed. And I don't know how well ventilated it is. Hello, Anika, is that? Anika, that's a nice name. Or Anka? Anika. I'm going with Anika. We are at the moment, we're all good, thank you. Got the good one. Good morning. Who else is in here? Amy Smith. I'm a childminder too, also isolating. Your son caught COVID last week at school. Fingers crossed I've escaped so far. Ah, well, yeah. How's your son doing? How old is he? Hopefully you'll avoid it. I mean, we're going to keep doing regular lateral flow tests. My friend's in town at the moment, and she said she would go to the chemist for me and pick up some more lateral flow tests. And that way we can keep testing ourselves, because he could infect us at any point, so then we've got our incubation period. Yeah, okay, because that makes total sense. I know, right? It doesn't make any sense, does it? Most common for symptoms to appear 5 to 6 days after exposure. Yeah, so I'm thinking it was probably Monday he would have caught it. I would never put that app on my phone ever again. They nearly made us have a breakdown. That's the NHS app? Is that the one you mean? We don't have it on our phones. Mainly because I was told it drained your battery a lot, because it has to have Bluetooth or something on it to do the pinging. Kenzie can't have it on his. He did try to put it on last night because it says if you have a positive test, you need to put this code in. If it comes up positive from your PCR, you need to put this code into your app. So he went to download the app, but it says you have to be over 16, and he's got another 100 and something days till he's 16. So he couldn't do the app. I have a mask on always, but we're literally sitting on top of each other, so that will spread fast. What is that in college, Bunny? Butterbeanhead, good morning. Your son caught it off the sibling of a confirmed case. A sibling was allowed to attend, and the lateral flows showing negative. Exactly. You see, now this is what I'm saying. Lee and Brendan can technically go back to work if they get a negative test. And I'm going to request that they continue. I mean, they're adults, I can't make them, but I'm going to strongly suggest they continue to do lateral flows every day or every other day whilst we're going through this process, because that's the only chance we have of it being picked up. because they could go into work and infect people. And I have said to Lee that he should check whether or not they actually want him in, but they shouldn't penalise him financially if he doesn't. And then Brendan is not contract, he is temp, so if he doesn't go in, he doesn't get paid. But I'm sure he should be able to qualify for the £500 thing, is it? The £500, you know, if you can't work. I'm sure he would be qualified for that. It is going to spread faster, right, Bunny? Helen, hello. Is the fridge still able to come? Well, yes, in that I guess they're going to bring it and put it on the doorstep, and then we will bring it in ourselves. So, yeah, and the other fridge has been sat outside all night long. You know, we put it out there yesterday at lunchtime, and it's been sat outside in the fresh air and sunlight for, well, it probably will be about 24 hours now. Does this mean you're moving Kenzie to the caravan for a week and sliding food under the door? You know what, we're not. And this is the other problem, you see. We are in a small 2-bedroom house. And I said, you know, does anyone want to come and sleep on the sofa or anything like that? But we've got one bathroom, which we're all going to share. And the boys share a bedroom. There's no spare room to put one of them in. The caravan is damp and full of stuff that needs to go to the charity shop. And yeah, I mean, my van's fine, but it's not, I wouldn't want to, you know, have someone put in it 24/7, and it's out on the road, so then we're not in the house anyway, so that's probably technically breaking isolation. Yeah, so there's a good chance we could all get it. I'm just hoping we don't. We are ventilating though. I have got all the windows open. It is a bit chilly. I've said you're going to have to start putting jumpers on people because, you know, you're not shutting windows. Thankfully you've picked up. I get picked up every day and we have the windows open in our class. Yes. If you need anything. Oh, hello Dan, how are you? Off work. Oh, bless you. Thank you, Dan. I've been really lucky actually. There's been loads of people who have messaged locally to me and said, you know, if we need anything, let us know, kind of thing. He's almost 13 in year 8, been open all the way through, feeling guilty at the potential risk of my job puts on the children. Yeah, that was my worrying that it was the one that I was going to be the one that was going to infect us. If, you know, it's like, if we get it, it's going to be me that's going to bring it in because it's going to come from one of the kids. But I guess Kenzie was the other wild card, especially being unvaccinated up until last week. He was kind of the wild card in the house who was mixing with more people, going on school buses, that kind of thing. And we also did go to that event, didn't we, last Saturday, with loads of people at the college. We went to the college visit, didn't we? So potentially we could have picked it up there. I mean, it was well organised, but we were in the 2 points during that talk. We were sat in classrooms or lecture theatre for maybe 15 minutes listening to talks. So yeah, oh, who knows, could have got it from anywhere. Do not put it on your phone, the NHS stalk you. You had 15 calls in one day. Wow, that's impressive. Got it from the gym, gave it to all my family, 8 of my friends. I got it really bad. 8 of my mates who were all jabbed all got it, and one ended up in hospital. Oh no! Well, I hope you're all okay now, because it can really linger, can't it? Somebody in the village, who's the aunt of one of the children I look after, she was in hospital not last week, the week before, with it. 25 students in your class. David's Cafe, good morning. I don't know how far back I am on this chat. Let me see. Let me try and catch up. I think I'm probably about 5 minutes behind, am I not? Brendan and Kenzie are literally bunking and one bathroom. Well, this is it. Yeah, we all share one bathroom. Good morning, Daryl and Keith. Is it probably Daryl? Keith's probably at work, isn't it? Just a quick pop in while trying to find a new range cooker. Ooh, yeah, that's going to be expensive, isn't it? Because you haven't got a standard cooker. You've got one of these big things. Been threatened by the school with the truancy officer for keeping my youngest off as he's showing no symptoms. I'm aware my son sits next to his friends. Yeah, you know what? I don't think you should be penalised for keeping your son off. We've got the ability now to learn online and work online. That all of that has been set up. So I think, even though he's not showing signs, you're doing the right thing. Good. Glad you're okay, Dan. Family okay? When your brother got COVID, thankfully no one caught it. My brothers all sleep in one room apart from my little brother who sleeps in my room, but we still have one bathroom. Yeah, see, this is it. They say it's highly transmissible, and some people get it and others don't. And the vaccines now, I think they're saying something like 45. Pfizer is something like 45% effective now. So the effectiveness of the vaccine has dropped dramatically. Kenzie seems fine at the moment, apart from not being able to smell coffee. He's just got a bit of sniffles at the moment. Touch wood, touch wood, touch wood. He stays like that. Right, where am I in the chat? I've lost it. Must have been the lucky one because I've had both of the said solutions and didn't have any issues. Yeah, well, my cousin got COVID about 7-8 weeks ago, and she's been really poorly, and she's still poorly now 6-7 weeks later. She's had other things, like because her immunity's been low, but she was one of the first to get the vaccines because she works in a care home, and she was offered her booster last week, so I think hers was wearing off. Yeah, if you've got school age kids, it is only a matter of time. That's how I'm seeing it. You had long COVID, very strange. Got it in June, just about gone now. The infected ones come into the room, people. Do you want to come and say hello? I'm doing a live stream. You can't turn the telly on.
No.
Bend down, say hello. Don't breathe on me.
Hello.
Are you wanting to play Fortnite or something?
No, okay.
Yeah, but you have to have the volume off.
I can...
Or headphones on or something.
Yeah.
Because I'm in here using this room. Back on now. It's very good for immune system building. Now I'm superhuman. If you press the 3 dots button at the top of chat, you can turn on timestamps so you can see how far behind you get. Oh, really? What's timestamp? No, doesn't have that option, Tank. Is that a computer thing? Don't think that's a thing I can do on the phone.
You can have timestamps on mobile.
Not from pressing that button. Well, it does say here 11:30 on the chat. And what's the... Oh, no, I'm not that far behind. That's a problem I have with my nephew. Is like, screw you, and ask my aunt to pull him out of school completely and homeschool. Yeah, it seems like the most responsible thing to do, but I understand that they're having pressure to have the kids sent back in. You kept up with the schoolwork. Thank goodness for YouTube teaching. Yes.
The world is bland at the moment.
The world is bland, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Nothing tastes nice.
Is your taste gone weird as well
It's
now?
going.
His taste is going. He did say that his breakfast cereal this morning tasted like cold crunchy soup. He had Frosties, and he said it tastes like cold crunchy soup. There was no flavour to it.
It's like thick, crunchy water. Even water is flavour.
Good. Dan's all good. Did this test weekend as Willow wasn't well. Luckily it was negative. Yes, it is gaining traction, Dan, you're right. Yeah, and it's that time of year, isn't it, when all the bugs are going to start building up. Oh, got 28 people in here. Hello. I'm gutted, Dan. I'm absolutely gutted. I mean, I'm gutted because I don't want my boy to be ill. But I'm really gutted because I was meant to be going for 2 nights van lifing with Trevor and Sue from Posh Cats Camping on Friday. And technically, if I'm negative, I can still go. But because the responsible thing to do is to not go, because at any point I could be infected, I'm not going to go. So I had to make that call yesterday and message Trevor and say, I'm sorry, I'm going to cancel. And I've been really looking forward to this. It's bringing in the end of days. Hi, Rob. Put him in a tent in the garden. They are. The solution, Kenzie, is you're going in a tent in the garden, all right? Apparently he's not keen on that idea. Oh, thank you, Tink. Yes, please press that button. I've got 14 of those, according to that.
14 of what?
14 of these, Kenzie. Thumbs up.
Any dislike?
Oh, I don't know. It doesn't show you my dislikes anymore. Is a dislike button a thing? I don't even check my dislikes. Because it's all interaction. Jacob had it and is still suffering a couple of months. Yeah, he was really poorly, wasn't he? Constantly tired and still a bit breathless. Yep. It can really hang about. Oh, have I caught up with chat? I've caught up. Don't banish Kenzie to the garden. Oh, 0 dislikes. Well, that's good to know. There you are. Okay, let's have a vote. Who thinks Kenzie should be banished to the garden?
You vote for me to banish you to the garden. I will come round and personally cough on you.
He says he'll personally come and cough on you all, but he's not allowed to leave the house, so that's unlikely. Who thinks he should be banished to the garden? Oh, that tea's cold. That last bit of tea was cold. Who wants to banish him? Give him gruel. It's all he can eat. The shed's looking cosy. Patrick said the shed's looking cosy.
I hope both sides of your pillow is warm tonight.
You hope both sides of my pillow is warm tonight. That's like the ultimate insult, that is. It's all right. Amy says no. She says you shouldn't be banished. Bunny says no, you shouldn't be banished. Dan says no, you leave Kenzie where he is, poor lad. Good day from Australia, Peter. How are you? If anyone dislikes this channel, I'll seriously flip my yeah. Oh, thank you. That's very, very kind. I'm glad you like my content. It's very eclectic. What's up? Butterbean head. So sorry, Kenzie. Stay comfy. There you are. We were being mean to him. Brendan was like, you've cost me 70 quid in unused driving lessons today, because he had his driving lessons and he can't go and do it. But I did say to Kenzie, I said, we are taking the mickey out of you, but we don't actually mean it. It's all in jest. You know, he can't help being poorly. So even though we joke about these things. What was that?
I join in.
He has, yeah, he's been joining in with the jokes. So even though we've been mean to him, and Brendan's like, you've cost me 70 quid. And I'm like, you've cost me going away with my friends at the weekend. He knows really that it's all in jest. We would rather he was well. The other stuff really doesn't matter in the scheme of things. Kenzie still has to come into the house to use the bathroom. No, you can dig a hole in the garden, Bunny. That's fine. Julie says no, you're not allowed to be banished.
Oh, you will get banished on our house.
Oh, Amy says you can go to her house. She's a childminder as well, but her son's got it, so you can go and stay with her if you like. She can't open. He's grinning and laughing. Tink says if you can banish him with the internet and the PS4 and heating. He's complaining about the fact that the house is cold because I'm making him keep the bedroom window open and the door open to allow a breeze through. So the boy, but that in itself is strange because you never feel the cold, do you, Kenzie?
No.
No, so you feeling a bit chilly as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, he never feels the cold. He's here with a duvet. And when we went outside the house, he just had his t-shirt and his shorts on and he said, oh, it's cold. And it would have been cold for the rest of us, but he never feels the cold. So that is a sign that he's not 100%. So I said to him, you're going to have to start wearing jumpers.
Nanny just texted me.
Oh, Nanny just texted you.
Yeah. Sorry to hear you got to isolate again. Are you feeling okay?
She does have great content, and to be honest, thank you, Rod. I'm slightly embarrassed by that, but thank you. He says, I'm not bad eye candy. So that just makes me a little bit like, oh, thanks. But I will take that as the compliment. But I'm not very good at compliments, so thank you.
Same as me. British people don't like being
British,
complimented.
well, Rob is British, but yeah.
Brendan said it perfectly. We either think you're mocking us, and if we can come to the conclusion that you're not, it's just really awkward.
Oh, okay. So Brendan's thing on compliments, because Brendan's not good with compliments either, is that they either think you're being mocked, or if you're serious, it's just really uncomfortable. And that just kind of sums up how us British feel about compliments. No, well, at the moment, I think he's just feeling a bit under the weather, aren't you, Kenzie?
Yeah, it's gonna get worse.
You think it's going to get worse?
Yeah, I watched a couple of videos on it.
Don't watch videos. Don't Google COVID. We don't want to do that. No, I think he's just going to feel a bit rubbish. But I'm hoping
it gets better before it gets worse.
Gets better before it gets worse?
Yeah.
What do you mean worse before it gets better?
No, it gets better before it gets worse.
Okay.
You start to feel better, and then you don't.
Yes, no, I've heard that. You get like a second bout. You think you're feeling better, and then it hits
Rub
you hard.
salt in the wound.
Yeah. Ventilate and put a coat on. See, Patrick agrees with me. Ventilate. We're all using electric blankets. So you're ventilating too, Amy. Yes. I just keep thinking of what's his name? Who's the internet doctor that I watch? Campbell. John Campbell. He's big on the ventilation. Ventilate. So yeah, that's my thing. We're all sleeping with the windows open.
Couldn't get to sleep last night because it was so cold.
And the fact that you downed a load of coffee to prove that you couldn't taste or smell it. He was saying he didn't sleep very well last night because he was too cold. But I suspect it was the coffee he decided to drink late at night to prove the point that he couldn't taste anything. I blush very fast. Yes, stop it. Look, I'll just clash with this. Look. Not commenting. How does Kenzie actually feel he's in good spirits? How do you actually feel, Tink says?
Philip has got a cold, and
I don't know if you can hear him. He feels like he's got a cold.
And I'm confident that I do have it since I can't smell anything.
And he's confident he does have it.
I tried smelling spray deodorant.
You can't smell deodorant, and you can't smell coffee, can you?
Yeah.
So yeah. But he just feels like he's got a cold. He'd used my blanket and I was very... Oh, this is... Right, yes, the blanket is answers. Yeah, you might be lucky and be fine, Kenzie Bear. Don't watch videos on it. That'll make you feel worse. Just roll with it. Yeah, go on, Kenzie. Roll with it. We'll have to keep everybody updated on your progress. This really has turned into a very COVID vlog live stream, hasn't it? That's literally all we've talked about. Sorry, people. I hope that's not incredibly boring. We've got 23 people in here, though, so it's clearly interesting to people because I don't usually have this many people in my live streams. I usually have about 16 max, I think. Make some homemade apple juice. I don't have any apples in the house, no. We do have an Asda shop coming later, which I'm very grateful that I ordered food.
You've got food?
There will be food coming, Kenzie, you know, real food that isn't sort of random stuff out of tins, which we've been living off, and random strange things out the bottom of the freezer. Let me do the British way of chatting up. Oi, you wench, sort your shaggy hair out and I may take you for a Mackie D's. Oh, God, you know what? I cannot resist that. Rob, thank you. That is like... Just can't resist it. Cannot resist sweet talking like that.
Is Mackie D's running in?
Mackie D's? I don't know. Where is Mackie D's from? I think Mackie D's is American, isn't it? It's originally American. Is Wimpy the original UK version, or is Wimpy not English? Wimpy, yeah. That's what we had growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I did have Mackie D's, but I was never allowed to go to a Mackie D's growing up.
Around as well.
Wimpy is, yeah. There's a Wimpy in Bicester. It's very expensive. How is Toothless doing in the cold? Does he have a warmer? Yeah, Toothless is in his vivarium, and he's got a heat mat, which they're not really meant to have. But one of the things when he was his heat bulb didn't seem to be heating him up enough, and he's very old now. So we put a lot of sand over the heat mat, and he can go and lay on his heat mat if he's feeling cold. So yeah, he's 11. I think we worked out he's 11, and they live for 10 to 11 years. So in reality, I'm aware that we're on borrowed time with Toothless, which is sad because he's been with us for a long time. So yes, I am preparing myself for the fact that he is very old for a beardie. And then I think what I'm going to do is get rid of the vivariums and get a tall snake enclosure. Get rid of those vivariums that are stacked up and get the tall snake enclosure with interesting things for Nagini in that corner. I think is probably what we'll do. Has Brendan started wearing his Plague Doctor outfit? No, he hasn't, but he should do. That's a really good idea. I like that idea. Yes, he should. He should walk around in his Plague Doctor outfit with some herbs in the end. When I had it, it was just like a horrible cold. Yeah, I'm hoping that's how it'll be for Kenzie, just a nasty cold. You got sick, watched all the videos and panicked. Yeah, you'd never Google what you're ill with. Dizzy tack. Hello. Hi, chat crowd. Yeah, 25 of you in here. Can I talk louder, please, as I have to go to the kitchen to make another cuppa? Only if you put the kettle on for me too. If we had apples, I'd send some, but we don't have apples. I've ordered a small bag of apples, not enough to make apple juice. Sorry, Rob, it may be that I'm an Aussie and I read things the wrong way, but to me that sounds extremely rude.
British people are rude.
No, basically, yeah, it was a bit rude. You wench. No, that was a bit rude, but I think that was the plan of it. It was like he was trying to flatter me without being flattering. So I'll take you for a Mackie D's, love. Wimpy, I loved Wimpy. They did fries, you see, and I never liked chips growing up because we always had thick, chunky chips done in the fryer in like a chip pan of fat when we had chips, and for whatever reason I didn't like those, and so I didn't think I liked chips until I went to Wimpy and they did fries, and I was like, I like these chips, I like fries. Now I like all chips, not fussy. Wimpy was the first round my way. Do you ever have a spud you like? No, I heard of spud you like. I think the first time I heard of spud you like was from, did Victoria Wood do a comedy thing that included spud you like? I think one of the comedians did, and that was the first time I'd heard of it, but no, we didn't have a spud you like in our area, but we did have a Wimpy. Rob, is that way? Ignore him. He's a good egg. Forgot about the animals. Hope they're okay. Yeah, they're all right. Yes, it was rude, but a joke. Put the kettle on for Pippa. Yes, please. I need some coffee for sure. Hello, cat and chats. Now, are you a cat or are you an Anne? Or you're an Anne that likes cats, aren't you, if I remember rightly? So you're Anne who likes cats. I am taking my vitamin D. I'm pretty good at remembering it, actually. Hope all is well with you. Hello, Barbara. All is well in a fashion. I mean, yes, you go, yes, I'm fine, thank you. And then you go on to say what the problem is. And the problem is Kenzie has COVID. Wimpy's quarter pounder special sauce. Oh, do you know what? Now I'm thinking I might need to just go and pay the expensive money at some point and have a Wimpy just for nostalgic reasons to see if it's as I remember. Got an itchy nose. It's the first time I've been free in the day. Free! You love Wimpy. Don't you think it's expensive though, Julie? I mean, for a burger bar. The other place that's really expensive, and I think I found this out from Dan's channel, is Five Guys. That's another really expensive place. Wimpy, how come I didn't know about Wimpy? Should I feel good about that? Because you're too young, Bunny. That's why. Kenzie, are you going into another game?
Yeah.
Oh, could you come and sit here, play your game and talk because I need a wee? Could you talk to the people? I'm leaving you with Kenzie for 2 minutes because I need a wee. Go talk to people. You don't communicate well with
I'm autistic, okay?
Oh, be quick.
Hello, healthy people. How are you people, healthy people, doing? Let's see if I can. Okay, got the chat up. Hello, Bunny. How are you? How are people? If you're all doing well and not diseased like me. You okay? Good, good. Thank you, Beanhead.
Right, there you go.
Okay, cool.
There you go. You're free from having to talk to people. Right, where was I? Let me go down here. Yeah, so Buddy, you are too young to know about Wimpy, unless you happen to have one, but they're not around very much. Granddaughters and you are going for McDonald's for breakfast. Oh, we haven't got anything interesting in the house at the moment. And we can't go and get anything interesting. Oh, you're Catherine Ann. Oh, okay. So Cat Ann, I see. Oh, it was Harry Enfield, the slob characters. Oh, they called the baby Spud you like. So, what was it? Wayne and Waynette a slob, wasn't it? And they called the baby Spud you like. Jackie chili con carne. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Quarantine for us all? No. Well, we're in quarantine for, well, till we get all our test results back. Kenzie's had 2 positive lateral flow tests, so pretty convinced he's definitely positive, and he's not very well, and he can't smell, and he can't taste. So he's definitely quarantined for 10 days. I can't open because the kids obviously can't come into the house, so I can't work for 10 days. But if I come back negative, our lateral flows are negative, but if our PCR test comes back negative, either today or tomorrow, then I can leave the house and Liam Brenton can go back to work if they're negative. But obviously there's a potential that we could take it out of the house because we could become infected at any point. But this is, the new rules, isn't it? That you don't need to self-isolate if you're vaccinated. So it's not a very good rule. No, you're right, Kenzie, it's not. But I guess they want to get the country moving again, but at the same time they're infecting everybody. Don't sneeze or we'll all have to disinfect our devices and self-isolate. Yes. Oh, you are youthful, Bunny. Wimpy still serve their burgers on real plates. Do they? Wow. I definitely need to go and try a Wimpy again. Yes, that's horrendously expensive, but you do get free nuts. Oh, okay, so Five Guys, you get free nuts, but costs an absolute fortune. What's the food like? Is it worth the money? Did you see everyone said hello to you, Kenzie Bear?
Yeah.
Cool. Five Guys is a bit pricey, but well worth it. Okay, so you like Five Guys. Hope you feel better, Kenzie. Hope it's not too bad for you, Kenzie. Bunny's got a cold, going back to college. Julie says, hi, Kenzie. How's the Twitch channel plans going, Kenzie?
I need a better graphics card, really.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he needs a better graphics card. And it's hard to get graphics cards because there's a chip something, were you saying? Shortage. A chip shortage.
And people are overbuying them.
And so the price of them's gone really stupid. And scalpers, that's the word, isn't it, are buying them and then selling them for twice the money. So he's struggling to get his Twitch sorted. Were you worried about your hair, Kenzie? Yeah. Rob says your hair looks fine, lad. Stop playing with it. I'm always playing with my hair. Always twiddling it and flicking it. And Knickerbocker Glory at Wimpy is Oh, you did that, did you? Spiked it. Take after your mother, constantly fiddling with your hair. Knickerbocker Glory at Wimpy is a wonderful memory from the 70s. Mine would probably have been more like the 80s because I'm a 77 girl. So my Wimpy memories are of the 80s. Will Pip have to quarantine anyway because of Kenzie? No. We're only quarantining now because we have to, because we've done PCR tests. So we have to wait now until we got what you call it. Spud you leaky. Spud you leaky. Leaky? It's exotic. Are you changing the names of things again, Tink? Like your Pokemon? Are you giving them strange names? Spud you like how you like your Spud, not Spud you leaky. Leaky. It's exotic.
At least I've still got a bit of taste left, but that's not gonna last long.
Pippa, will I be able to go away? No. Well, you see, now this is the thing. Technically, if I'm negative, there's nothing to stop me going away. But I could not, in all honesty, go away and meet up with Trevor and Sue, knowing that I could be going through my incubation period because we're in a home with someone who's got it. So no, I'm not. I've cancelled. Wimpy was the name of the character in Popeye who used to live on burgers. Oh, okay. Really? Oh, I didn't know there was a Wimpy in Popeye. There was Olive, Popeye, and who was the other guy? Who was the other guy who was after Olive? Popeye, Olive. I can't remember. I had to giggle when you said Five Guys is expensive. I'm sorry, my mind went right down the road on that one. Five Guys is expensive. Just realised they've been spelling Wimpy with an E. I didn't notice. Same here in Ireland. Wimpy was the place to be in the 70s. Teenage hangout. Yeah, but now, you see, now the place to go in your teenage years, apparently, is Nando's. It's full of teenagers. You're sent home with a fever. Oh, I'm glad you're okay now, Bunny. Brutus. Was it Brutus? God, I don't remember that name, Brutus. It's very Roman-y, isn't it? Brutus. Bluto? Bluto. Now that rings bells of something. It was the strange way Waynetta said it. Oh, okay. Like hyacinth bouquet. Yeah, rather than bucket. Oh, okay, Tink. I'll let you off that. I've told Kenzie about you saying strange Pokemon names. When you had a birthday party at Wimpy, one of the waitresses had to get in the Wimpy Man costume and serve the birthday kid and do dances. My ex-girlfriend used to work there and was dinky, so got that job. Yeah, I remember parties at McDonald's. That was the only time I ever went to McDonald's, was if a friend had a McDonald's party. Have you been misbehaving, aviation fan? I know so many people with COVID right now. No, I've had COVID. Son didn't make it. Oh. Yeah, sadly, not everybody does. And it's not always the old ones either. It is sad. We've lost a few people in the village to it. Wimpy was the man who said, I will gladly pay you on Tuesday for a burger today. Do you know what? I remember Popeye, but I don't remember any of the stories or any of the catch. Well, you know, Popeye the Sailor Man, other than that.
Isn't Popeye the guy who
eats a spinach? Yeah. I eat some spinach.
He's the one with the pipe.
The pipe, yeah.
Did you realise it's not actually in his mouth?
Is it not in his mouth? Where is it?
Like a hole in the side of his face.
Oh, I think he's just got a teeny tiny mouth like that. It sticks a teeny tiny mouth.
I'm pretty sure it's not in his mouth.
Popeye the Sailor Man. I don't think that was the original thing. I live in a caravan. There's a hole in the middle where I go to piddle. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. That definitely wasn't the original. That was just what we sang at school. How did the Popeye thing? I eat some spinach. Can't remember. Can't actually remember the original. Nando's is where the teenagers hang out. You don't like restaurants, so you hang out in your room. I like Nando's. I came into the whole Nando's scene very late in my life. Bluto, Sweet Pea, had to look it up. Yeah, Bluto, I'm remembering more, even though I was raised on that. Yeah,
Not in his mouth.
it's not in his mouth.
Oh, look.
Yeah, I'll pass it here then. Oh, wait, it is in his mouth. It's just he's got, uh, yeah, he's got a lot of. It's like he's got no teeth. Gurning face, isn't he? See, me and Popeye are very similar.
I hope not.
I just need a pipe. Thank you, Kenzie. Where did I get to? Slightly misbehaved, giggling when you said Five Guys. That's fine. Bluto was always after olive oil. Yes. Five Guys is expensive, yes. Surprised to not go back Thursday, Mum, so it looks so much better. Yes, well, glad you're going back. Brutus was the other guy. Oh, who was the other guy? I eat my spinach, I'm good to the finish. I'm Popeye the Sailor Man, that's it. If I want Nando's, I'll beg my brother to order some. See, we don't get delivery for things because we're in the back of Beyond. Well, not really in the back of Beyond, but we're far enough out that things like Deliveroo do not come to us. Robin Williams was good in the Popeye musical. I've never seen that. He was good in everything he did. Have I caught up with chat? Wow! Yeah, I liked Robin Williams. He was good in everything he did. He really was.
He was in Missed Outfire, wasn't he?
He was Missed Outfire, yes, Kenzie.
I watched it.
You've never watched Missed Outfire?
No.
It's funny. Yeah, Missed Outfire was a good film. He was good in as Hook in. Well, he wasn't Hook, but he was in Hook. He was good in that. Yay, Pip caught up. Not so behind anymore. Caught up with the chat. Yeah, so there may be quite a few live streams over the next 10 days since I can't work. I will probably get some puzzles done. I will.
I do a lot of fortnighting then.
Kenzie's going to do a lot of fortnighting, he said.
I need to level up because the XP it gives at the moment is appalling.
Okay, so he's going to be grinding on his fortnight.
We've got until December.
And I'm going to be, I don't know, I'm sure I can find some cupboards that need clearing out. The bedroom cupboard needs a good clear out. Could start my Christmas shopping, couldn't I, online? Yeah. I'm going to finish painting the kitchen. So yesterday, for those of you that have seen the vlog yesterday, you'll see, because the fridge freezer is coming today at some point, we painted the skirting board, the walls and the ceiling above where the fridge will be, so that we can put that in, and then I can paint the rest of the kitchen. Then I might spread out into the hallway, but I will have to order paint because obviously I'm not going to go and buy it because that will infect people if I become infectious. So I could order paint to be delivered and then paint other rooms. I should make myself useful during this time. I'm not very good at sitting on my bum doing nothing for very long.
It's weird not being at school.
It feels weird not being at school. Yeah. Should be used to it by now, Kenzie. You've probably had like the equivalent of a year of no schooling. Well, not no schooling because you were learning, but being at home.
Yeah, but because I feel ill, it feels like the future not allowed computers.
Oh, but you see, I have this rule. When Kenzie says he's not well, I don't allow him on screens during the day, and he's not allowed to do gaming because he's not well. Because that way it deters him from saying he's not well because he wants a day off. But
I don't get why people do that.
If he's really ill, if I know he's properly ill, then I do break the rule slightly. And so I'm not going to say, well, I'm sorry, you've not been at school, so you can't have any screens for 10 days. Because we know he's poorly. So I do break the rules if he's obviously feeling a bit, like if he's had a sick bug and then he starts to feel a bit better after a couple of days, I'll let him. But if he's just got a bit of a cold and I think I can't work out whether or not he's ill enough to be off, then I give him the option, say, well, it's up to you whether you go in. You know how you feel, but if you're at home, there's no screens. So I'm a bit mean like that.
Sometimes I go to school and regret it.
Yeah, sometimes he does go to school and then he regrets it because he actually doesn't feel too good. And he's had his teachers say, "Are you sure you should be here, Kenzie?" And he says, "Well, if I take the day off, I'm not allowed screens." But it does also teach him that you can't be off for every little thing, I think. When I was little, it was we were not, if we hadn't gone to school, we were not allowed to go out and play. Well, that would make no difference to him whatsoever because he doesn't go out anyway.
No, please do that.
You want me to do that rule?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, which I hated because I might feel rubbish in the morning and then feel fine in the evening. And obviously, I wasn't allowed to go out and play with my friends because I haven't been at school. So we have a similar thing here, but it's gaming because that's what he's into. Where did I get to in the chat?
What's a dinosaur?
Where did I get to? Where did I get to? Yeah, Pip caught up. Watch Mrs. Doubtfire. Absolutely. I think you'll enjoy it. I like Mrs. Doubtfire. Was Bruto. Seriously, who disliked this stream? Have we got a thumbs down? If you've got the guts to dislike content creator streams, then grow a set and show yourself in chat. Oh, there's a stalker out there. That's fine. It's an interaction. So
There's no one person that goes through your videos.
yeah, I used to have somebody who would go through because I'd get no thumbs down, and then I would get 3 thumbs down in a row on every video, one after another. So it was somebody who had 3 accounts who went to the effort of going onto my channel.
At least they gave you a view.
Yeah, well, they probably didn't even view the video, but they clicked on it and would have had to skip the ads at the beginning. So taking it, I would have got a bit of ad revenue from them. And then they went and thumbs down on every account they have. So like, and it was 3 on each video. So I wouldn't have anything. And then I'd suddenly get thumbs down on every video for like the past week. And it would come all at the same time in blocks. So I knew there is one person out there who's got several accounts, who's got a bee in their bonnet about me over something. But it's all interaction, so it's fine with me. Hope you have lots of jigsaws. I have a lot of jigsaws. I've got a lot of Christmas ones, which I'm holding back until sort of December time. But I do have a few jigsaws still out there to do. I mean, at least he'd be entertained since he can't go to school, although Pippa wouldn't. Kenzie after homeschool. So yes, so they're not doing video lessons anymore or anything like that because most kids are in school. But
basically nobody attends them anyway.
Oh, you attended them.
Yeah, I was like 1 of 5.
So what he does have is he has an online maths thing which he can practice on, and he will do. He has homework that will be set from his lessons. So some of it might be a bit confusing because he's not done the lesson, but we'll just go with what he can do. But yeah, he has an online learning thing where his homework gets sent, so he can keep up with that, and he'll do online maths to keep up with that because this is his GCSE year after all. So if you haven't already, please don't forget to hit the like button. Thanks, Tink. You're a great mod. Chill people, I mean. They may be doing it just to set you off. It's all good for the algorithm. It absolutely is. And it could be someone who has a small phone and a fat thumb. Me! I'm constantly pressing the wrong buttons. Sadly, it really irks me. Oh, thank you. Well, please don't let it bother you too much. Please don't let it bother you. I'm honestly not that worried. My mum did that when I was younger.
Mind rent-free.
What was that?
We're living in their mind rent-free.
Yeah. Yes, I am living in their mind rent-free, as Kenzie just said. If I'm in their head and, they've gone to the effort of pressing any button, whether it's a like or a dislike, it's clearly I've had an effect on them. Oh, I'm glad I'm not the only person whose mum didn't allow screen time and stuff. No, honestly, they don't. They don't hurt. Aviation fan, they really don't hurt. The thumbs down doesn't go into anything that you. I could have more thumbs down than thumbs up, and it would push the video because it's an interaction. So then it would push it for more people to see it, which sounds backwards, but the thumbs down has no effect other than it's another interaction. So it doesn't. Don't let it irk you at all.
Same with thumbs up, but it feels nice to get thumbs up.
Yeah. Yeah, it all counts as an engagement. So it's really just like a like. Exactly. But in fact, the most hurtful thing they can do is not comment and not click, because then it's not an engagement. I mean, the fact that they're watching is an engagement. Helen, hello, hello. Haters are basically super fans. Yes, they're so passionate about hating us, they actually help us and they don't realise it. They sub, they hit the bell, so they control. Exactly. They are a bit like super fans. And like Kenzie said, we are living in their head rent free. We are clearly that interesting to them that they think about us and go to that effort. It has no other effect to a YouTube channel. No, it doesn't. It's actually very helpful. Small pleasures for small minds. Silly, bored and mean people. Yes, but it's backfiring on them, you see. This is what they don't realise. You only just got the notification. I've been on an hour. I usually only do an hour.
YouTube terrible with notifications.
Yeah, they are, aren't they, Kenzie? Kenzie's just saying they're terrible with notifications.
I don't get YouTube notifications.
Guess I did think that because he's in year 11, is he not? Yes, he is in year 11. All interactions are gratefully received, even the negative ones. Exactly. Exactly. It's all very helpful to my channel. And even the trolls that come on and start writing bad things, apart from the fact it's slightly annoying because they're spamming the comments feed, every comment they give is an interaction. So really they're just pushing my live stream then to be seen by more people. So it's really not beneficial to them at all. I get thumbs down occasionally and then they disappear. It's weird. I still reckon it's something to do with YouTube doing it. Same my numbers. So recently my subs started going doop, 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 doop. And what I think usually happens is I haven't been out in the van for a while, and so there's been more of the childcare and daily vlogs and not so much of the van stuff, and then the van people go, do you know what, I don't watch any of this stuff, so they unsub. I can't say for sure if that's the case. That's just in my mind, I'm thinking that's probably what's happening. But all of a sudden over the last 4 days I've had about 20 something new subs. It just suddenly overnight went doof, 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 doof. So even though I lost a few, excuse me, the subs did suddenly go up, which was strange. But I find that sometimes I think YouTube are doing a bit of a clear out as well of the fake channel, like the fake subs, and they go through and go, that's not a real channel, that's not a real channel. So they're deleting channels, which means if they're subbed to me, then they get ditched from my subs. But I don't know what spurs on the sudden interest and the sudden subs. I don't know. That's interesting. Something I'd like to know. Always thought school life was more on teaching children to learn how to socially interact and learn how the world works and what the kids are missing from COVID. That's what the kids are. Well, I don't know, because I didn't do particularly. I mean, I did have friends at school, but socially wise, I didn't enjoy school because I wasn't a people person, and I got bullied a lot because I was a good girl, and so, you know, I was the target for bullying.
It's just all about drama now.
It's all about drama. No, it's always been all about drama, Kenzie. And it was very much I was there with the whole academic side of it for me. My socializing and my other interactions happened with people who I liked, outside of the school environment, playing in the fields, playing in the rivers, you know, learning, going into town and going to the coffee shop with my friends, those kind of things. Those were my life skills and interactions. School was purely academic for me. and I wasn't a particularly academic person, and I would reach, not so much in primary school, maybe primary school was more social, but I still got bullied. But definitely secondary school was about the lessons. And secondary school, I struggled with, I'd get to sort of after lunchtime and my brain would be full, and any lesson then that I had after lunch, I may as well have gone home because I wasn't absorbing stuff after. I remember going into a lesson and feeling like my brain can't take in any more info. So I would sit there as a passive learner in that lesson, and I don't think I took very much in. Um, that overwhelmed feeling.
I remember a lot from lessons.
You remember a lot from
I
lessons?
don't remember
Oh,
a
you
lot.
don't remember a lot from lessons. So where do you do your learning then, Kenzie?
Where?
Yeah, how do you say you don't learn a lot from lessons,
I
but
don't remember a lot.
oh, you don't remember a lot.
I usually remember it when they go over it a couple of times.
Oh yeah, repetition for you, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, a lot of the time people are just talking.
Yeah, you don't like the interruptions, do you?
No, it's actually important time. It's year 11, so you kind of have to do well.
You do. The anxiety thing was mostly because of bullying. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I was bullied a lot. It's not nice. People can be mean. Shocking trolls are basically secret fans. My mum is not a morning person at all. No, I'm not a morning person. So this morning I answered the phone in a really cheery, good morning, good morning, good morning, you lovely lot. I bet she loved that, didn't she? Yeah, that's the way to answer. That's the way to answer a phone. I got my ear infection, went to the doctor's, got some eardrops. Now I've got a fever. Oh no, that sucks. I hope it passes soon for you, Helen. Ear infections are horrible. They can make you really ill. Nasty temperatures and. Oh, I'm sorry, people. Oh. See, now this is the problem. I've been sat down for an hour, so I'm going to yawn continuously now. If I stop moving for about 40 minutes, I start yawning. They're pushing your chat out there. They are. I should probably stop in a minute, but I've got 23 people in, and you're all being so lovely.
I've got nothing better to do.
Well, I've got leftover Chinese to eat. I should go and eat that. Most trolls are old enough. We would think they should know how to play nice. Some people never know how to play nice. I always say, at least when my 4-year-olds are behaving like 4-year-olds, it's because they are 4-year-olds. Whereas if I was in an office of grown men and women who behave like 4-year-olds, I'd find that very difficult.
Reference to Daddy's work.
I've also noticed if you've not watched a channel for a long time, your bell gets turned off. I actually thought one of the channels that I do watch had vanished when I was looking for them because I couldn't find them in my sub feed. I'm so sorry. But I think, how many of you are now yawning? Have I got you all yawning? But I think what had happened is I was just skim reading and missing it continuously because I was looking through my feed for it. Since I featured on the channel. Yes, Tink. In fact, since you featured on the channel, my subs have gone up quite significantly. So, have you just, told lots of people, or are you just suddenly incredibly popular?
What happened?
I said that my subs have gone up in the last 4 days or so, and Tink's just said since he made a star on my channel.
Sure.
Yeah, it's all about Tink. Well, I wasn't ready to get up, but I'm glad I did. I found your live. Missed the last one. You can go live all you want while you're in a staycation, and if I'm awake over here, I'll interact. Absolutely, Sandy. I suspect I will come on about 11 o'clock. I'll try and come on every day around 11 o'clock UK time, like I did today. Afternoon, Pip. You're here to troll me. Right, get rid of Tony. He's a troll. No, don't. He's fine. Tony's lovely. It's okay. And even if he's rude, don't get rid of him because that's Tony. It is Tony Stark. Yes, Kenzie. It is Tony Stark. That's what he is on my WhatsApp anyway. I don't do social. I hide a lot. Yeah, I'm more social.
He sometimes comments on my YouTube video.
Oh, does he sometimes comment on yours? So I'm more social on here because this feels more one-to-one. If I was in a room with all of you and you were all there talking, I would be the quiet one. Because there's 23 people in a room, I wouldn't feel like I've got anything interesting to share and to say. And there would be more dominant characters, more loud, chatty, outgoing people. So I would step back and I'd be the quiet one in the corner, watching what everyone else is doing. but I'm all right in a group of like 3 or 4 people. I'm chatty. Um, I don't know. I mean, Tink's probably the one to ask if I'm like, am I like I am on video in real life? Because obviously Tink's recently met me this weekend, having not known me in person beforehand. I mean, we've chatted um, over internet and what have you, because he's been my mod and various things. You know, we've got the Pokemon stuff in common, so we've talked about that off of YouTube. Um, but yeah, he would probably have a better idea as to whether I am like I am in person. You'd say I am, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I am, and I hope that's what comes across, because I want my channel to be quite true to life. We've always done silly things, haven't we? So, you know, things like saying goodbye to the fridge freezer.
Yeah.
Yes, we filmed it, but we would have had something silly like that happen, wouldn't we? Anyway, yeah, because we're a bit of a silly family. YouTube goes through and clears out subs according to your normal views. Okay, then the subs see that they have been deleted and sub once again. I have had some people say that they have lost, like that I've not been on their feed anymore. That's what you learned, how to deal with the bullies and knowing there are nasty people out there. Gave you an insight. Well, no, it didn't teach me how to learn. It didn't teach me. All it did was give me some pretty bad anxiety. And
I used to have anxiety, didn't I?
you did, yeah. And not a lot of self-worth is what it taught me, actually, which is not a life skill I want. And I spent a hell of a lot of money and a hell of a lot of time, probably 18 months to 2 years, in counselling 3 times a week, to realise that I'm a better person than they left me feeling. So no, I'm not going to take that, I'm afraid. They didn't teach me that. You hate bullies so much. If I ever thought my child was a bully, I'd be broken. Yeah, one thing I've always pulled. In fact, there have been times when something's happened with my boys and I've come down hard on them, even though the other child has instigated or antagonized or whatever. Like, there is never any tolerance for violence. There are other ways to deal with it. You do not go down that route. So yeah, I don't like bullies. YouTube may take the 91 subs and remove them anytime they like. Is that how many subs you've got? 91. After lunch was when my breakdowns were happening. I started arguing with teachers. I think you sometimes just become overwhelmed and your brain becomes full and you can't take any more in. One of my videos has got adverts on it. Well, only one of your videos has got adverts on it. I think you have to put the adverts on. I have to. Yeah, she loved it like a hole in the head. YouTube can be really funny at times. It can be. Notice there's a library. Hope she's... Oh, I've noticed. Where's Lindsay? Hope she's feeling... She's had to go back to work. So yeah, I don't know if she's working this morning. I was chatting to her this morning on my phone, on WhatsApp. She is back at work. She's still feeling a bit run down and tired, but yeah, she's back at work after her COVID. Paul's van life. Hello. Tink you rock. Yes, he does. Definitely can second that. Sunny, lovely day here in Benfleet, Essex. How are you? I think it's blue sky out there now, but it's chilly. It's definitely quite chilly. After your gaming weekend with Tink and your comments about how your boys don't play games with you anymore, why don't you organise a van camp for gaming? Well, I think Tink's crew have allowed me to be an honorary member to pop up occasionally and join them. So I'm very grateful for that. And Sharon was super kind and put me up in the pub car park, and was very generous with her offerings of drinks and such forth. So yeah, I'm hoping, they said I can go back, so I will be going back. Oh, yes. If Tony starts trolling or being rude, can I moderate him and hit the ban button? No, he's lovely. Leave Tony alone. You cannot do anything to him. He's lovely. He's just cheeky. Pip's behind again. Yes, my friends would talk and I'd be colouring. One time there was a girl that came over and thought I was being left out. Oh, that was nice of her. You eat all those cakes your son got from Amazon. No, they're not. No, they weren't for me. I got a sub yesterday. I can only assume from appearing on your channels as I don't have any videos on it. Well, you're welcome, Tink. Good morning, RV Ashes in April. Got quite shy amongst people and I'm nervous as well. I find YouTube has helped me a lot. But when I do a live, I can't read what people are saying. Yeah, no, it's hard to do a live if you can't keep up with the chat or, you can't read the live.
Well, what time are we going back to school?
Wednesday, Kenzie.
Wednesday,
next week. Good
What day would that be,
morning. I don't know, love. Have a look on your calendar. Discovery World. Hello, hello. I would say you're about 95% like you are here. The real Pip is in 3D. Oh, okay. So, what's the 5% that's not like that?
2D.
That's interesting. Sorry?
2D.
2D. Is the 5% the fact that I'm 3D in real life? Is that the difference?
I'll go have
Night
lunch
cat. You're going for lunch, are you? I'm going to have lunch in a minute. I think we'll do another 5 minutes and then I need to go and have the leftover Chinese from yesterday. You detest bullies. Yes, I detest bullies too. Scarred me for life. Yep, exactly. That's how it was. They did affect me and I have had to deal with it. Your bullies must have been something in you that they wish they had, kindness or something. They do say that bullies come. My dad used to say people were jealous. We had a nice house, nice home, big garden. I think people thought we had more than we did. My dad said people would be jealous of that. And yeah, I think, we were never rich or anything, but we were comfortable. And there was 4 adults when I was growing up living in one house, sharing the bills and, doing up this big old house. So, we never went on big holidays or had fancy new cars or anything like that. My dad did work 6 days a week. So, it's giving one hand, taking the other, isn't it? But I think my dad used to say to me, from an outside perspective, there was probably jealousy. Thank you, Tink. You're lovely too. I had a thoroughly enjoyable weekend and I really enjoyed it. And you're such a gent. He doesn't let me walk on the roadside if we're walking down the road. He is a proper gentleman and he tells me I have to walk on the inside so that he will take the impact of any car that should happen to career off the road. No, adverts can be placed on anyone's videos now. That's one of the many reasons I pulled everything. Oh, really? Oh, do you get the ad revenue then? That's weird. I see sun. I've not been outside yet. I'm planning to go to the library. Yes. It is looking quite sunny out there now, actually. It was nice of her, but I was happy just sitting there colouring. Yeah, it was nice that somebody cared enough to just come and check on you. People trolling and being rude to content creators hurts your channel. Yeah, no, it hurts me more than it would hurt my channel, to be honest. I mean, channel wise, they are literally just feeding the algorithm. I'm about to get dressed, so time for me to silence my typing. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some food in a sec. Have a wonderful day, be safe, and I'll talk to you again soon. Much love, much respect. Bye. Let's raid, my friend. The morning show with Victoria. Pippa raid. Thank you very much for coming in and chatting, Aviation Fan. I appreciate that. The other 5% is narrator mode. I could tell from your speech patterns when you had started to film. Yes. Yeah. That's good because some people I'm with don't get it and I'll be stood there and they'll talk and talk and talk and talk. Or I will start narrating and then they start talking over the top of me. That happens quite a lot. And then I stop and look and they go, oh, sorry. Yeah, there is a difference between just chatting as we do casually and then talking to camera, because it's not quite as natural, is it? It's not, because I'm recording something, so I have to think a bit more about what I'm saying. So it's not quite as natural and not quite as natural sounding. But yeah, I think I'm still quite playful in real life. That was the one thing Imo said, is that yes, she really does do these silly things. I did, but you know what, Tink? I had a look back at that video where I made you stand on the railway line behind me and go choo choo, and you looked really uncomfortable. I was like, as I look back at it, as I was editing it, I was like, he might not have appreciated that. But you know, if you hang out with me, then you have to be expected to join in with some of the stupid stuff. So I'll apologise for making a grown man chug along the lines in front of other people going choo choo. But it's kind of comes with hanging out with me, I'm afraid. Sorry. Helen's off. Nice to see you, Helen. Thank you for popping in. First my life actually. I think you used to do lives, and I don't know if you still do, because when I've tried to comment on them, it always rejects my comments. No idea why. So I couldn't comment on any of the lives you did, Helen. They changed at some point in the past year to put ads on non-monetized channels. Yeah, that isn't fair if you're not actually getting the money. Can we please raid my friend this morning to show with Victoria? The morning show with Victoria. Oh, okay. Yeah, but is she on now, is she? If people want to go over there, I am gonna wrap it up now. So if people want to whiz over to the morning show with Victoria, that would be cool. Feel free to drop a link to that and we can all raid her if you like. I haven't done a raid in ages. Adventures with Victoria. Yeah, that's not somebody I follow. If you have do you have a link you can drop? And then we can press on it and go and harass her. Where's she from? Is she UK based or from somewhere else? I, however, am going to go and get myself some leftover Chinese food because I'm hungry. I was okay. I just threw myself into it. Yep. Throw yourself into it. Do we have a link for the raid? I can't drop links. I'm not moderated. Oh, okay. Oh, there's something different as well. I didn't know that happened. Can people not just drop links? Okay. Well, if people want to go find that channel and go raid, that would be cool. I'm glad I couldn't sleep. I'm glad you couldn't sleep too. Thanks, Dan, for popping in. And yeah, that's very kind of you. Thank you. I appreciate that offer. Have a wonderful day. Yes, absolutely. Everybody have a wonderful day. And thank you very much to my moderator, Tink, for your fabby moderating as always. Yeah, Tink, if you happen to have that, feel free to drop a link and we'll just go over and say, hi, raid, Worm's Eye View raid. You're definitely very playful when I met you at Keith and Daryl's meetup years ago. Now that was how time flies. Yes, my goodness. Yeah, I am quite playful. It kind of comes with my job, and then I forget that not everybody is a child. Not everybody works with kids, so they kind of a bit, how old are you? Thank you very much for popping in, RV Ashes in April. And everybody else, they're all going now. They're all going. 19 is all dropping off slowly. Everyone goes off to do other things. I'll wait for the link to come up, and if Tink happens to find it, I shall click on it and go say hello on the other channel, and then go and have my food because I'm hungry. And hopefully the fridge freezer will arrive at some point soon. Let's see if Tink can find the link. Have a great day. Kenzie's vanished. He's given up with his Fortnite and he's gone upstairs, but I'll pass that on. You can all see what tonight's vlog's going to be about, can't you? Yes. Yes, you can. 18. I'm watching the numbers drop. look, Kenzie's popped in. There you go. He said thanks. He's watching me upstairs then, clearly. Getting it in stereo. Kenzie, we're going to do a raid in a minute on another channel. So you have to go in there and say, Worm's Eye View raid. Hello, Victoria. Brilliant. Thank you, Tink. Anyone who's left, go click on this channel that Tink's just put